Okay, we're going to set up the software portion. So this part of the video is going to talk about how to set up the virtual 8 GB image for Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. I believe this is only made for 3B Plus, not for 3B. Okay, Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. So go ahead and put that in. Press any button. Okay, then I'm going to use the joystick. Go up, down, left, right, and then the start button on my right hand. Left select, and then A button, B button, and then X, Y, and then L1, R1, L2, R2, which is a trigger button. And then you're just going to hold any button, press it, let go, press it, let go, and the screen will go to a different one as. And then when you get to the last one, make sure you use the select button, okay? Because that's how you get out of the game. So you're gonna press the select over here. You're gonna click OK. All right. So once that's done, the only thing you're gonna see is these two things. Now you might say, why is your emulator right side up? So the total game for this virtual game is actually 868 game on this. Okay, it comes with only arcade game, nothing else, and they're all vertical screen, which is cool. What I did is in the config.txt, I used a notepad++, and I added at the very bottom, I added a line called display underscore rotate equal 3. Okay, and that's how it becomes 3, mean that you want the emulator be vertically correctly in the right direction. Okay, for track mode, you only want to put 2. So I just roughly wrote it down. I put display underscore rotate equal 3, and that is for emulator. For track mode, you want to change that to 2 for track mode. For the emulator, you put 3. Okay, so with this 32 gig, I'm going to go ahead and just do the okay, first we're gonna do is okay, just let you see what it looked like when you go in. It doesn't have any pictures. It only works inside the track mode. So the way they set it up, it doesn't have any picture. So what I need to do, I need to run the scripper where where it will go out to the internet to get all the picture for me. Because I rather play. I'm thinking about trying to play this on an emulator so I can add more game. But if I go to track mode, it doesn't give me. The problem with this image, the track mode does not give me any of this utility, Raspberry Pi utility option. So you cannot go and say, okay, I want to go back to emulation station. This is called emulation station. And it won't go back to this because it doesn't give you an option to, like here, it gives you an option to say, I want to go to track mode, and you know, this is 2 options. Go to track mode, and then go to track mode as quiet, meaning that no sound, which is kind of, I don't know, I never tried that one, because once you go into it, you can't come back out to the emulation station. You have to manually type it. Type emulation station, you know, with or underscore. And so once you go in, you can go back to this. So that's one thing bad about it. See, this one lets you go back to emulation station, but all this option is not in the track mode. It doesn't give you the option to do that. Okay, which is sad. All right, so you would type in this word emulation station without the space, and it will take you back to this, you know, just temporary if you forgot to do some kind of setup. What we're gonna do is go ahead and let me show you before I do anything, I want to show you what the game look like. I think this game is gonna be upside down. Now I have to. Well, let me try it. Let me try one of the game just to demonstrate what it look like before you do anything to it. So if you straight from the image, straight from the, you could say straight from the box, you don't do anything other than just burn the image and change the display rotation to 3. This is what happened. So you have to change it to display equal 2. Then the game would be right side up. So right now it is showing this way. Because what is weird is the emulation and the track mode. Track mode is set up to, inside the program, tell it to play it vertically. Okay, so if you use an emulator, this is what will happen. So I guess there's no reason to add more game to it, because the emulator and the track mode, they don't work side by side with it. So your game is always gonna be like that. Unless you do your own setup and don't use the setup that they have. Because apparently it's not gonna work. Game is gonna always be like that. Alright, let's get out of the game. Alright, never mind about that idea, forget about it. I'm just gonna use the track mode. Now before you do the track mode, you need to set up a lot of stuff here. You're gonna upgrade to the latest version. You wanna download, you don't have to download anything, but you wanna set up the network so you could, so you go to Wi-Fi, the very last one at the bottom, Wi-Fi. And you want to set up you want to make sure your keyboard is plugged in, okay? Make sure the keyboard is plugged in so you could set up the login. So you say connect to the Wi-Fi network. All right, you want to press enter. And then you choose I have a network, I call it Johnny, and then I just type in my password. Once you type the password, press enter on your keyboard, and then it will give you an IP address. And that's the IP address you want to write down so that you could use it on your computer. So you could transfer file or transfer file out, copy file out using the winscp.exe. So it's called winscp. So you could download. You could download directly from the Pi. So you use a program called winscp, or you could just type it directly from a computer using the browser and just type in. You could type in like this / Retropie, and it will automatically give you. You could type in like this on your file browser / Retropie, and then, or you could just type in the IP address, either way. But it will work with like this. And once you type it in, you will see the folder. You want to go to the Raspberry Pi, the ROM. You could transfer the ROM out. So that's one way to do it. And or you could use a program called WinExe. Now when you type this, it's going to ask for username and password. So you're going to type in the username. You want to type in PI, but you want to type in lowercase, okay? PI, and then you want the password would be lowercase RASPBERRY. Okay, so you want to type in Pi for username, and your password would be Raspberry. Okay, not Pi, just Raspberry. And then once you enter it, then you could transfer your file. All right, so I got the Wi-Fi set up. I'm gonna go and exit out here. Now, if you want to utilize the disk space on the system, Okay,